What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Fireside Rangers. I'm your host, Anthony Rivardo, joined by my co-host, Eric Wilson, with his fresh, beautiful haircut. My, oh my, you look so good today, Eric. But we're not here to talk about Eric's haircut. We're here to talk about Adam Fox and why we believe he deserves to win the Norris Trophy. Now, he is one of 3 finalists for the trophy. He's won it in the past, and he's up to win it once again this offseason. So we're going to go ahead, dive into Adam Fox's season, kind of recap what he did to get to this point, and of course, tell you why we think he deserves to bring home some hardware. But before we dive into all of that, make sure to leave a like if you do enjoy this episode and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Ring the bell so you don't miss an episode and comment your thoughts below on Adam Fox and whether or not you believe he deserves the Norris Trophy. But without further ado, Eric, with your fresh new haircut, how are you doing today, my friend? And what are your thoughts on Adam Fox?
Doing pretty good today. I was in New York City yesterday, saw MSG. There wasn't a Ranger game happening, so that made me a little sad. Decided to just chop off all my hair. Man, we've been talking about for the last couple weeks, Rangers losing, why it happened, what needs to change, what coaches we should look for to make things better. Tired of all the negative. It's all about something positive. Adam Fox once again up for Norris, so he obviously had an incredible season to be even nominated for this award. So I think he has a decent chance at winning it. The other two nominees, Cale Makar and Erik Karlsson, amazing defensemen as well. But let's kind of go over all of them, see why we think Adam Fox deserves it.
Yeah, let's dive into it. Should be a nice change of pace compared to the most recent episodes where we've been discussing, of course, the coaching change for the New York Rangers, who should be the next coach. A lot of negativity talking about how bad the Rangers messed up the postseason and disappointed us, broke our hearts. But we're here to talk about something a little more positive today with Adam Fox, one of the best players on the New York Rangers. If I do recall, Eric, I believe that last offseason, when this channel was an infant, we were discussing who could lead the team in points in the upcoming season. I think your prediction was Adam Fox. Am I right about that?
I think I said it was either going to be Panarin or Fox. I threw Fox out there as a curveball. I think we made a post on the community page, and I just voted for that one. But it was one of those things where I was like, this probably isn't going to happen, but it'd be really cool if it did. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. But he came relatively close. So
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he finished second on the team in points, which pretty rare for a defenseman to do. And Panarin did finish first, so you were pretty close. You were close. You got the first two right, maybe just in reverse order. But yeah, Adam Fox, a great season from him. He finished the year with 72 total points. Now, when you look at the other two finalists for the award, that doesn't really compare too well to Erik Karlsson, who finished with 101 points. Both of them played in 82 games. Karlsson with 25 goals. Fox with 12 goals, Fox with 60 assists, Karlsson with 76 assists. So again, 72 points for Adam Fox, 101 for Erik Karlsson. Karlsson with a dominant season. But here's the big catch, right? Here's the big difference maker. Plus 28 for Fox, minus 26 for Karlsson. Now, Eric, throw some more context into the mix as to why you think that Adam Fox had the higher plus minus than Karlsson, who was minus 26 on the season.
Well, I think to start off is the fact that Erik Karlsson does play on the Sharks. San Jose did finish 29th out of 32 in the league this season. So when you're on a team that bad and you don't have that much support around you, obviously your plus minus is going to go down a little bit. But at the same time, you look at the positives that Erik Karlsson brings, where he had 25 goals, 76 assists for 101 points. It's very rare that a defenseman breaks the 100-point threshold right there. And, I've seen a lot of people all over Twitter, all over Instagram being like, oh, Erik Karlsson automatically has the Norris one. Just give it to him already. But they don't that's not how the Norris Trophy works. There was like a recent trend where it was people just kept thinking it was just handed out to whatever defenseman scores the highest number of points. But that's never necessarily been the case. I think you look back like 2 or 3 years ago on Washington, John Carlson put up like over 110 points, and he was a Norris Trophy finalist, but he ultimately didn't win it because just because you can score points doesn't mean that you're a good defenseman. So, sure, Adam Fox put up 72 points, but I think the biggest factor there is that plus 28 rating, where especially when he played a large majority of the season without Ryan Lindgren next to him. So I think you're like when we discuss Norris trophies and who deserves to win, who doesn't deserve to win, I think it really comes down to just how well you play defensively. It doesn't really have anything to do with your points. And that's kind of where Cale Makar being the third finalist. I've seen a lot of people complain that he's even in the running as a nominee. There's like a couple of other really good defensemen out there in the league that probably got snubbed. There's too much to name right now, but I don't know. I feel like it's probably going to either go to Adam Fox or Erik Karlsson, but I think overall defensively, it definitely deserves to go to Fox right now.
Yeah, I think that I'm in complete agreement with that. Of course, that's why we're making this episode. But when you're taking a look at Adam Fox again, he's won this award in the past, but this is a regular season award, right, Eric? But do you think that in the minds of the voters, it's a select committee, it's a select group of people who do get to vote on such an award, but do you think in the minds of the voters, the postseason has some sort of weight? Because Fox, while he did, make it to the postseason compared to the Sharks and Makar, who, finished 29th. But when you take a look at, or Karlsson rather, but when you take a look at Fox, do you think that the postseason performance that he had, not being his typical self, not being up to par with where he usually is, do you think that weighs in the minds of the voters at all?
I mean, it's hard to tell because just based on like previous years, I know Victor Hedman has won it a couple times within the last like 5 years or so. And during that time, the Lightning have won back-to-back cups, made it to a third one straight. So it could, but when Fox won it, the Rangers didn't really go that far. I don't even think we made the playoffs that year when he won. So it's like I would like to think that it doesn't have an impact on their opinion, but even if it did, I think this year it doesn't really matter. Where Erik Karlsson and the Sharks, like we mentioned, didn't even make the playoffs. Fox and the Rangers and Cale Makar and the Colorado Avalanche were both first round exits. So it's like in the playoffs, none of these three played well. One of them didn't even make it. So this is one of those rare years where it's like we don't even need to worry about playoff bias being a factor because there's no playoff content to really judge upon.
And that's totally valid. I just think the only thing that you could say to that point though would be that Fox's final game in the postseason was definitely one to forget. But that's the case for everybody on the New York Rangers. I don't think that it should diminish Fox's chance to win the award. I think he's a finalist and he absolutely should be. And I'm really excited to see if he does end up winning. I think that he deserves to. And I hope that he does. It'd be cool to see another trophy for the Rangers, even if it's not the trophy that we want to see. It would be nice to get some sort of consolation prize. But, let's preview before we wrap. Let's preview, 2023, 2024 season. Adam Fox, what are your expectations for him? Coming off of this season, put up 72 points, was second on the team in points, plus 28. We talked about all that. But going into next year, who knows who the coach is going to be? Of course, the Rangers are still trying to figure that out. But Adam Fox, definitely going to be here next year. What are your expectations for him coming off of another really great, excellent season that he just had this year going into 2023? What are your expectations?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to raise my expectations from Fox as well, where, he won the Norris Trophy 2 years ago. He had another really good season this year. And then obviously, as we know, it ended in like disappointment, defeat. And all of these players are like really self-aware of that, where it's like they know that they had the ability to be good, but they weren't as good as they should have been. And they need to be and can be better. So going into next season, where as Fox gets older, he's a young guy. I don't know exactly how old he is right now, probably like 24, 25. He's entering that like prime era of his career where he's going to be playing the best hockey of his life. So going into next season, if like, yeah, sure, Jacob Trouba is the captain, he wears the C, but I still do look at Adam Fox as like the backbone of our defense, So I'm ready to see him kind of step up into that role and kind of just lead the defenseman in points once again, maybe even finish first in points on the team. And when playoffs do come around, assuming we make it again, fingers crossed, he would hopefully be like an all-star, carry us through the playoffs. Don't let Igor have to fight for his life every single game like he did in this year's playoffs as well. And so, yeah, I'm definitely raising my expectations for Fox. And that's like really something special to say because he's like already all the way up here. He's like already at his ceiling, but I just want to see that ceiling be raised. And I know it will as he continues to get older and develop a little bit more.
Very nicely said. Couldn't have said it any better myself, but I agree with all the points you just made. Again, it will be announced in the coming days whether or not Adam Fox is bringing home a trophy. We believe that he deserves to bring home the trophy. But let us know what you think down below in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this episode. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and ring the bell so you don't miss an episode. We will catch you all in the next one. Have a good one. And let's go Rangers.
Compliment my haircut in the comments too. Thank you.